I used to be a trucker for Costco, hauling shipments across states. But one night, a routine delivery turned into a nightmare that still chills me to the bone. It was late December, the air biting cold, as I got the call to restock giant Spider-Man dolls at a rural Kentucky location. The holidays always demanded extra trips, and I was known for my speed, so naturally, I was the one chosen for the late-night duty. By 3 a.m., I was cruising down Route 265, the highway deserted, the darkness pressing in like a suffocating blanket. At first, it was just an eerie feeling, the kind you get when you know something's off, but can't quite place it. I brushed it off, blaming it on the fatigue, and downed a couple of no-daws to keep myself alert. But 15 minutes later, the fog rolled in, thick and unnatural, swallowing the road ahead of me. This wasn't your average mist. It was dense, almost alive, creeping around my truck like it was trying to choke the life out of it. Visibility dropped to 0. I had no choice but to pull over, the silence of the night enveloping me as I waited for the fog to clear. But instead of clarity, I was met with something far worse. My truck died. Not just the engine, everything. Lights out, CB radio dead. Even my cell had no signal. I sat there, heart pounding, trapped in that suffocating fog. Then, cutting through the silence, I heard it. A faint, distant cry. At first it sounded like a child, a pitiful, heart-wrenching wail that slowly morphed into something else, something darker. The cry became the sobbing of a woman, desperate and haunting. Despite my size, 6'3", 250 pounds, I felt a terror I hadn't known was possible. But I stayed put, refusing to leave the safety of my cab. I cracked the window just a bit, my voice trembling as I called out, "Anyone out there? Need help?" The crying stopped. In its place, a sinister laugh echoed through the fog, low and mocking, as if it was enjoying my fear. The laugh grew louder, more menacing, until it felt like it was inside my head, tearing at my sanity. I rolled up the window, my hands shaking, as the laughter intensified, its tone dripping with malice. The more terrified I became, the louder it got, until I thought I'd lose my mind. Then, as suddenly as it began, it stopped. Silence. The fog lifted, and my truck roared back to life, the lights flickering on as if nothing had happened. I didn't wait to question it. I slammed my foot on the gas and tore out of there, not daring to look back. When I finally reached the next truck stop, I stumbled into the bathroom, splashing cold water on my face, trying to convince myself it was just exhaustion, a trick of the mind. But the lingering dread in my gut told me otherwise. To this day, I can't drive down Route 265 without feeling that icy grip of fear, the memory of that night forever etched in my mind.